Hi, I'm John from the YouTube channels Pro Craps and Casino Gaming TV. This year's Craps for the Cure is going to be held November 11th and 12th in Las Vegas at Casino Quest. The whole thing will be streamed live on the Casino Quest YouTube channel. This year, obviously, we're raising money for veterans moving forward, which helps to raise service animals for veterans with PTSD. It costs $50,000 to raise one dog. That's our goal this year. Let's put one dog into one veteran's house as a group. Join us again for 20 hours over 2 days of straight up craps play, talk, competitions, dice throwing, strategy breakdowns, dealing practice, you name it. If it's got to do with craps, we're doing it for 20 straight hours to raise money for our vets. Looking forward to seeing you out there live at Casino Quest or on their YouTube channel. Again, if you want to donate, there's plenty of chances to donate at crapsforthecure.com. We have auction items, raffle items, event ticketing while you're there, and of course, live donations and pledges taken during the broadcast. Can't wait to see you there. Can't wait to hook up one vet with a dog. Let's get this done, everybody. See you on Veterans Day weekend. In the meantime, God bless. All right, y'all, good morning and welcome to Coffee and Craps with John from Pro Craps here on Casino Gaming TV. Following the Craps for the Cure promo, here we go. I'm going to work my little opening session here every day with the $1 Million Challenge if I can. So we got month one, quote unquote, knocked out of the books. We made our 275 finally. Now we're moving into month two. You can see my target has moved. I'm in month two now. We got a $500 bankroll every session for the month. We need to win $600. I got to win $150 4 times or thereabouts. I will talk to Buckeye. He put a video out last night kind of clarifying this. If I have to buy in for $500 every time, or can I take my whole bankroll and try and make the 150 each day? So looking to make $600 this quote unquote month. And here we go. We have $500 in the rack here. I'm going to go with my 500. I do have my money from the last session that I'm going to actually color this up so we have it sitting here. Let's see, we've got, yeah. I'll let this sit here from the last time, and that'll be our previous wins from the month before. Actually, I'm sorry, it's 175 because I had the $100 in here. That's our money from the last session, sitting right there. Here we go. Let's go out and play. Again, we can be aggressive with this thing with $500. Try and win a quick 150. I'm going to go this time here. We're going to do a little 160 across regression today. There's 150, there's 160. It'll be 160 in a minute here. Let's get that out. And I think what I'm going to do is let's just take 3 hits. And as we hit them, we'll come down on the sisters and bring it down. It'll be like a wedge kind of a thing. And we'll just take, if we can get 3 hits, we'll come down and we'll build up from there. But we'll do a little short regression into it and see if that can help us out. One thing I like actually is doing a more aggressive, as you know, the tier pressure style of play will guarantee me 160 out of this thing if we can pull it off. But let's be a little bit passive the first day. I can be more aggressive later in the week if we need to. There's a 954, so that'll pay $35. I have reds in a rack, so $35. Okay. I'm going to take the sisters down to $10 and bring this back to my rack. All right. And that'll put me here. Again, we're going to try and build the rack back up to $500. Quickly as you please. We're almost there. We're $5 away from having our rack back at 500. With the win, there's a midnight. There's an 8. Also pays $35. I'll bring back the sister, the 6 down. I'm going to take a nickel out of my rack and make 5 reds. So they can both be at $12. I'm out of the hand. Nothing really bad can happen to me here. There is my, well, I'm almost out of the hand. I'm lying. I'm $4 away from being out of the hand. There's my 475, 496 in the rack. So anything other than you know what right here, and we're out of the hand, and we're just playing it and see if we can make some cash out of it. There's a 9. Sweet. 9's going to pay $14. We'll do 15 for 1. for one out of my rack, not one out of the bank, damn it. One out of the rack. All right, there it is. So what I'm gonna do here is take this 5, that makes my starting bankroll clean. There's my 500 bucks, okay? There's $10 in profit, which I'll put 5 of it on the 9. Actually, I'll put the whole thing on the 9. We'll let it ride out there, kind of hit what's coming. And eventually I'm gonna pull this 4 and 10 down. Again, my goal today is 160, right? 160 or 150. 150 is my goal. What I have out here is 44 inside, 54, and 50 on the outside, $104 out here. So once we get to about 150 total, if we can dodge, you know what, we'll be done. There's 28 bucks, 25, $28. Let's make the 9 look like a quarter. Actually, yeah, a quarter's fine. We'll do that. We'll bring 23 to the rack, and I'll put that over here. Locked. There's a 6, 4, 10, easy 10. For $1, that'll pay 50. And remember, both the 4 and 10 come back down to their base, which is 10 and 10. Now I've got 104 locked in the rack. Again, my goal today was 150, right? My minimum goal today has got to be 1.5 to get out. We're at 150. If I take my 9 down, and let's just say we take, well, we can take it all down, actually. I can take, here's 100. There's 3. There's 25. There's 50. So there's 150, and I've got $8 extra. So there's my goal, okay? My 100.5 goal for today, we're solid in that. Nothing's gonna happen here. What I've got is the 6 and the 8 for $12 each, and I've got $8 left over. Let's make that look like white chips. Grab the hard ways and ride this thing out. We'll just see what happens here. Anything else we get now is bonus time. Oh, look at that. We dodged the 7 perfectly. We got everything off the damn table. Hit the 7. We burn our little excess play here, but we're out for 150 and we're done. So day one of month 2 is good. We need to do that exact same thing 3 more times. You're supposed to get 3 or 4 wins of 150. Okay, so we got 150, we're out. Close the door. Let's get it 2 more times. I'll mark up the sheet here so that it looks, you can tell how many times I've won in the month. I'll make it as obvious as I can to know what we did here, but those numbers may need to get smaller at some. I may need to kind of expand the thing and make it smaller. But yeah, there it is. That's day 2 or day 1, month 2 in the books. Let's go over here and meet and greet and say hello. Happy Friday, everybody. Got my heckin' awesome shirt on because this is a heckin' awesome show. We're awesome. That was fun. It's actually a fun little thing. I like to do different things in the morning before we start the talk. That's just kind of come out, roll the dice, get our hands dirty. Because some days the talks get kind of heavy and I don't really have a chance, to roll the dice. So it's good to go out there when I can and get something like that done. Get the fun out of my pocket. And yeah, let's see where we are. What are we doing? What are we doing today? Today we're doing, let's see, I got to get to here. What's happening? I'm going to remind you of the new old schedule. I'm going to go back. I know for sure what I'm going to do next week is keep this show the same time. We're going to keep the Coffee and Crafts at 8 o'clock. It's been there for 2 years. I'm not going to change the time slot. However, because I'm going to be needing to be at work with a hard start every day at 9 a.m., this show will never go long. It'll be 8:50 every day. It's going to be, that's it. I'm going to start on time, end on time. It's going to have to be one of those things. Be a shorter length show, which means I got to be more succinct in what I say, right? I got to be better at being me, I guess, right? The show, Daily Paycheck, which normally follows this show, used to be before this show at 7 o'clock in the morning. We have a chance to go back and do that show again at 7 to 8, here 8 to whatever, or I can do the Daily Paycheck in the afternoon. I'm going to set it up next week at 7 a.m. I'm going to try. We'll do 7 a.m. Daily Paycheck, 8 a.m. this show. I don't like the Daily Paycheck having a time limit because sometimes it needs time to fester for me to win. That show may move again at some point to like an evening show. I don't know. I'd like to get my evenings back. Now that I'm going to be working 9 to 5, I want my nights to myself. So, and to watch you all. Like last night, I got to watch Ed and Jeff And I watched Ken on Wednesday. It was the first time I've seen some live shows in months because I work, so I work nights, so I can't see the lives. So it's been good to watch a couple of nights here and there. I'll be able to do that all the time and maybe even play along a little bit with Jeff on the crapsy stuff. So I think we're going to try Daily Paycheck next week at 7. We'll see how it works. If I can get my ass out of bed at 6 o'clock, we'll see. That means I can watch Joe from Craftsmaster with my coffee like I used to. So that'll be cool too. All right, we'll recap the Red Cross here in a minute. And then, of course, we're going to continue and finalize Chasers Week on Coffee and Craps. I've been talking to you a lot about all these ways to chase your loss. And there's more. I could do 2 weeks on this. There's other methods that we can use to chase your loss. You lose money, more money goes out. You lose that, more money goes out. Chasing the loss is a way to mitigate. How do I say this right? Mitigate's the wrong word. It's a way to recover your bad streaks, because loss chasing is a way to do that. It's super dangerous to do it, but these are ways to play, and these are ways that without certain limits can work most of the time. Today we're going to do one called the 31. That's one of my favorites, actually. And of all of these, by the way, I have played the ladder in the casino. I don't love it. I don't really carry the bankroll for a Marty for sure. I don't carry the bankroll for the ladder or the Fibonacci for sure. I've done the ladder on bubble craps. I've done the ladder on the line a little bit because it's a slower crushing of my bankroll. But I found myself unlucky in those. I find myself getting in these bad streaks. The La Bichet, which we did yesterday, I like that one a lot. That one I've done on roulette quite a bit. I don't love it on craps, but I like it on roulette. The 31 is a cool one. It's a good field one. It's a good one for the line. The thing about the 31 that I think you'll like is the scope of it. And I think when I get into talking about it, you'll see what I mean by that. Tonight, by the way, the only thing I saw on the schedule tonight was Texas Crap Shooters. And Ed, Jeff, you can remind me of anything you have going on today that wasn't out there. If Friday Night Frights, we have to figure it out still. Jeff can deal or box, or Chris can deal, or Chris can box but not deal. Jeff can do either. I'm probably open for anything. The big thing is that we have the match tonight is Sideshow Gamble is next man up. I don't know if he's available to play, so I'm going to reach out to him later on and see if he's settled and if he's available to play or not, or we're skipping him again. I don't know. So let me reach out to Chris and I'll find out from him. In the meantime, we'll see what happens. I'll let you all know as soon as I can. I'll put an announcement out so you know what's happening. But that's tonight. Hopefully we get Chris back. It'd be pretty cool. All right. Updating for the Craps for the Cure. There's not any major updates today other than secured a few more auction items yesterday. I got pictures from Jeff from Atlantic Craps. Jeff's doing the 3 sticks of dice. He's got me the pictures of his dice on his table with the serial numbers showing. So those are going to go up. I told you yesterday Hawaii Crap Shooters is offering up a pair of dice as well as a guaranteed play along. So what they're going to offer up is if you can get to Vegas when they're in Vegas, you can play with them at a live table and be on the filming. So they're going to offer up a spot at the table while they're filming, which is pretty freaking awesome. And yeah, so there's that. Also, one of our subscribers, I don't know if they want to be mentioned or not, so I won't say their name, has purchased 2 big badass Yeti mugs, like the nice Yeti coffee mugs with the Craps for the Cure logo on them. There's one with the logo, one with the chip design. Those will be up for auction as well. So we've had, and Kev the Carpenter, who you may know from chat in Discord, has also had a hand designed set of playing cards with our logo on it, not our logo, with the Craps for the Cure logo on it, that he's putting up for auction too. So he's paid for that. It's up for auction. Pictures and updates going to the site today. After we get done our shows today, I'll be updating the auction site. I will turn the auction site on over the weekend. And I will announce that probably over a community post or something like that, but we'll talk more about it Monday. But yeah, you can start buying your raffle tickets now this weekend and getting yourself in line to get some of the cool auction items that we have. And they're all cheap, right? I'm not making you bid $500, $1,000 for these things like we did last year. This year, you're buying raffle tickets. Everything is a raffle ticket. So for example, the coffee mugs, the raffle tickets will be $5. So for $5, you get one shot at the mug. Okay, I'm going to max them out so that you'll never have more than 100 people trying for a mug or trying for anything. So you'll always have a 1 in 100 shot at worst if 100 people bid on something. That lets us kind of budget, how much each item could possibly bring in. But it lets you say, I want to put $5 on the mug. I want to put $5 on the bobblehead. I want to put $100 towards the heavy thing. Whatever you want to do, you can spread your money around all the auction items and we'll raffle them all off. So you've got a good chance of winning. I think there's going to be 25 auction items. So you can bid lower. You can be respectful of your own page, of your own wallet. Get yourself in line to potentially win multiple things, and it should be a lot of fun. We'll use some kind of a spinner wheel to do that. So Mid-Atlantic Craps for mine. He's a radio guy, and I suck at this, but it is crapsforthecure.com. It's on screen. Don't forget, crapsforthecure.com is where you're going to go to sign up for the event. If you're coming, buy your event tickets. If you're going to be there at all, buy your event tickets. What I've done yesterday, in fact, I ordered a coffee mug and I ordered a pad and pen with the logo on it for Friday or for Saturday and for Sunday's attendees. So when you come into the event, if you've pre-registered, you're getting those little gifts. I bought those yesterday. Ian Olson has wristbands for us. We're going to get wristbands so when you come, we know who you are. That's going to let David Casino Quest know how many are coming and who you are, and we can get your swag to you. So if you're going to come, please register. If not, you can donate now. The registration form has a donation page. You can donate whenever you want to. Go to crapsforthecure.com. You can start making donations right now if you'd like to. And of course, the auction items will start getting jacked up here pretty soon. So there we go. We can totally do a 50-50. I would love to do a 50-50 each day. Jeff, do you want to do that in person? We can do it online. I don't know how to do a 50-50. We have to figure out how to do it. How does the money come in? Because there's going to be the auction site that we use may or may not support that, but we can do it in person easily. In person, no problem. And in fact, I can enroll everybody at Casino Quest who's there as a patron at 50-50 because he's going to be open all day long too. So that's a great idea, Jeff. Love it. I love the idea. Okay, let's move ahead. And we'll recap quickly. The Red Cross had a nice day yesterday, 4-0. And if you weren't paying attention, no, I'm lying. Okay, I think I didn't throw a 7 yesterday. I threw 2. One come out 7 and 1 7 out. But yeah, nice easy day yesterday. It was good. I had things to do, so I had to get out of the garage quick. We won quick. I did change the levels. As you can see here, we're now at $90 6 and 8, $75 5 because that pays 105. I wanted to make the bets easier to place out there with all the white chips and make the field bet $30. So our net is $75 off the box numbers. That makes it nice round numbers. It's easier. It's more volatility for sure, right? Because what is that? It's 155 up top. I'm sorry, 255 up top, and the $30 field makes it 285. Is your total out is 285, which is a lot. Your line bet is different. Your line bet adds 50, whatever it is to it. It makes it a little bit taller out of your bankroll, but the bets are easier to place. And for me as a dealer, I prefer that over a $72 6. Just make it 90. It's 1,000 times easier. That's it. So far, it's doing good. I can feel now. I can feel 2 Friday Follies coming. Waylon and I are going to talk on the phone today about doing the field martingale or the Iron Cross martingale. So he and I did the Red Cross way back. So far, so good. He had this idea in chat about doing a martingaled version of the Iron Cross, which could be interesting. I want to see where his brain goes on this. I think he wants to martingale just the field. We'll see. I also had this thought of doing some kind of a crazy negative progression, like a Labouchet in the field, maybe like a 5-unit Labouchet in the field only. And so think team play. One person plays that and just grinds the field out. The other person plays the Iron Cross. The other part, just the box part, manages the box bets of the Iron Cross in a hyper-aggressive way, a way that Nemo would appreciate. When you see next week, I'll do this progression called a 1-3-2-4, which I love. It works great on box numbers too. It's one of these things, one of the few progressions that works really good on the box. That, along with the Labouchet field, might just be the stupidest thing, but also the most insanely profitable thing I can imagine with an iron cross. So it'll be a 2-person iron cross. So we're gonna do 2 of those. We'll do one next Friday and one the Friday following. We'll do our Friday follows with some stupid iron cross play, aggressive iron cross play, fun iron cross play. As you know, we have a love-hate relationship with the iron cross, right? On its surface level, it's a terrible strategy. It's awful if you play it the way it was written. If you do things like what the red cross does, which is aggressive field play and aggressive line play, you can take away the crap from the iron cross and make it something that's actually not too bad and kind of fun to play. So it's an interesting one for sure. The field is bad for progression, David. I like the field for progression lectures though, because I can, you know what I mean? Every roll of the dice, I get an answer. So when I'm demonstrating these things, I like the field as a demonstration. When I'm doing a la Bichet in the field, it's an every roll thing. So that person can make their part of the team's goal pretty quickly and they're on their own rhythm and they're out, right? It's a quick in and out. That's the reason why I like it. The 44% win rate sucks, but it's mitigated by the double payments on the 2 and 12 or the 3 and the 12. So you catch one of those and it makes the progression accelerate a little bit if you can catch one. So it's not great, but it's okay. We'll say that it's okay in air quotes. How about that? All right. Speaking of progressions, let's get into it. We're going to chase our losses again today. So negative progressions work like this. Everybody should know this, okay? The basic principle is you up your bets as you lose. That's the whole thing. I lost 10. I go out at 20, 30, 40, 15, whatever I'm going to do. I'm upping my bets on some pattern as I lose my bets. The idea is that when the ship gets righted, you can lose 3, 4, 5, 6 in a row even, which is awful. But when the ship rights itself, the negative progression has your bets to a level that's going to right the ship in your rack too. The table will come around to you 1 or 2 hits in a row and you're back to square. They all have different speeds. And what we're going to see today is the speed of a different progression. The martingale is the fastest. It grows the fastest. On any one win, you're all the way back, completely covered. You'll see that. The other ones are a little slower in how they grow and how they fix, but again, the recovery is built into it. When the ship gets righted, you get right. The issues are the same with all of them. When you chase loss with bigger bets, at some point, you're going to smack right here. Boom, boom, the table max, right? Table maxes are there because of the martingale, right? That's in some cases, right? Some casinos don't have the backing bankroll to go too much higher than that, but the idea behind the table max is that you can't just martingale yourself. It's a guaranteed win. If there was no table max, you would guarantee yourself a win. You'd never lose in a casino again, ever, if there was no such thing as a table max and you had unlimited bankroll, which if there was no table max, I would mortgage my house. I would sell everything I own and I would sell all of your stuff too and martingale forever because you never lose. Table maxes stop that from happening. So you're going to bump into 10 losses in a row. I'm at $1,000 on the table and I can't go any further. So the magic of the martingale or whatever to get you back down, you lose the magic because you got to win too many times. Tough. You also have bankroll limits, right? We don't all have unlimited bankrolls. So even if there was no table max, you don't always have all the bankroll to do it. Even staying within limits, bankrolls are going to be a limit for most of us. We're not bringing 10K to the table, right? And that's what you need. You need 10K to go 10, 11 levels deep in some of these things. So you got to know that's limitation. If you're going to do it, know your base level, know what it looks like for you to lose 10 bets. Bring that amount of money. I will remind you what I always remind you. The impossible is guaranteed to happen. The impossible is guaranteed to happen, right? We give the example of the flip in the quarter competition, right? You put 100,000 people in a soccer stadium somewhere, right? And you're going to flip a quarter and the winners move on, the losers go home. Somebody's going to win, right? It's impossible. I'm going to tell you, here's a quarter. To win $1 billion, you've got to roll 72. You got to beat 72 people in a row. You got to win. You got to win 72 times. You're going to say, I'll never do it. It's impossible. Why? Why would I ever try something so? I'll never do it. Yet somebody has to win. Somebody's going to win that competition. It's impossible for it not to happen, guaranteed to happen. But looking at it from here, you go, there's no way I can win 72 times in a row. That's how loss progressions work. When you're doing a negative progression, you're betting on the impossible not happening to you. But I tell you, it's guaranteed to happen, and you don't want to tempt fate too long. And that's kind of the secret takeaway there. So, all right, some of the pros to playing a negative progression are these. You know your win count. Today, you're going to see one where you know your win count and you know your loss count. Right? This is one of the few today that you're going to know exactly how much money you're going to lose if it goes south. They all have the same thing in common, where the losses are quote unquote easily recovered. A martingale, one win recovers your loss. Right? The Fibonacci takes half the number of losses you've had is how much time it takes. You lose 6 times in a row, it takes 3 wins to come back. The ladder system, depending on how deep you get in the ladder, can take half or 2/3 the amount of wins or losses that you had to get back. Okay, sometimes it's a 1-for-1, depends on how deep it goes. But you know kind of your count, your rhythm count. Again, you're going to run into limits, you're going to run into math, you're going to run into probabilities. All those things will play against you, okay? The odds of losing 6 times in a row, 1.8%. Pretty small, but it's guaranteed to happen. In fact, in 200 trials, there's an 84% chance in just 200 times you're going to see 6 in a row. It just is what it is. So don't know that that's a thing, right? You can't let the math completely scare you away. Knowing the percentages is a thing you need to have here, right? I know what the percentages are. It doesn't mean that the world works that way, okay? And actually, before I jump into the other ones, I want to say this because it's kind of a thing for me here in Seattle. Our baseball team, our general manager, I don't know if he's good or not. The jury's out on him. But he made a statement last week that pissed everybody in town off. And I want you to hear what he said. And it goes along with this point, okay? Again, the odds of seeing 6 losses in a row, 1.8%. The probability of seeing a string of 6 losses in 200 trials, 85%. That's over the course of 1 million rolls, that's true. He said, our general manager, our baseball team manager said, and I quote, teams that are in the World Series have an average win rate of 54% over the last 10 years. I want you to let that sink in for a minute, because they were grilling him on why didn't we get a better bat this year? Why didn't we upgrade our team this year? That was his answer. Let that fester for a minute. Teams that are in the World Series, the last 10 World Series participants, had an average win rate of 54% over the last 10 years, which is statistically true. Just like that number, statistically true. It's also true that the field only wins 44% of the time. It's also true that when you're betting the cross in the box, you have an 83% chance to win, or 80% chance to win, right? Versus 16% chance to lose. That's true. You cannot fight the math over 1 million trials. But are you telling me that you're trying to make my baseball team only win 54% of its games? Because that feels like it's 89 wins or what, or 80, I think it's 91 wins, right? Which is not going to get me to the playoffs in half of those years. So if I average 54%, I'm missing the playoffs half the time. That is targeting mediocrity based on analytics. Don't let the analytics in craps get you. I give you the math all the time. I respect the math, but I don't consider myself a slave to the math because variants happen, right? That 6 in a row, you might be in a great variant where you don't see 6 in a row for 500 trials. That's great. Exploit that. You got to be ready you got to plan for the variant and exploit it. Don't just live in the world of like, I'm going to live in these percentages. So, Jerry DePoto, please go for more than 54% wins next year. I'd like to be better than 54% win rate as a baseball team. Please, God, do that. All right. What have we learned so far? Martingales, double your previous bet with every loss. You lose 10, you bet 20. You lose 20, you bet 40. You lose 40, you bet 80. Right? It's insanity. Right? You get 10 levels deep. You're depending on what your starting bankroll is, you could be $10,000 out there. And your win is 1 unit. So you're risking 10 grand to win 10 bucks in some cases. However, the nice thing about the martingale is for 1 win recovers every loss you had. It's not about winning the 1 unit. It's about recovering all the loss in 1 shot. That's the point of it. The Fibonacci, you bet progressively more as you lose, but it's not as fast as the martingale. It's about half as slow as the martingale. And it's a sequence of numbers that you bet. And when you win 1, you come back 2 levels. So you're coming back at twice the speed. The martingale is 1 hit and out. Fibonacci is half of your losses Again, that's the rate of decline for getting your money back. The De Lambert, which is the Wayland's Way craps laddering system, up 1 unit as you lose, not a full bet. So you bet 100, your next bet's 200. You lose that, you're at 300. You lose that, you're at 400. So you're at 1 unit increasing, 1 unit down as you win. So for every loss, you need a win to come back. Your losses and wins have to be nearly equal to get back your money and show you in profit. There are times in that situation, in that sequence though, where you can lose 6 times, win 4 times, and you're there, right? It's not a pure 1-to-1. You're going to increase your value as you come back, especially on a series of comebacks. It works great in a chop. Yesterday we did the De Lambert, or I'm sorry, the La Boucher, which was charting it out. I want to win 4 units. I'm going to bet 2. I'm going to win. I'm going to bet 2 more, and we're going to chart it all out. That was an interesting one. But with all of those, you don't know how long you're going to be there. You don't know what your max loss is. Your max loss in a market could be 10 grand. You don't know how long it's going to be. Today I'm going to show you one that's called the 31. This one I like. This one I have played quite a bit actually. This one is where you lose, you bet the next amount in the progression, which I'll show you in a minute what the progression is. When you win, you parlay your win. You let it ride. If you win again, back to the beginning. Basically what you're looking for is at some point in the loss sequence, you need to win 2 in a row. That's the 31 is predicated on, yeah, you're going to lose, it has 9 built-in losses to it, right? Which could suck. As long as some point in there you win 2 back-to-back, you're back to base and you have profit. You win 2 back-to-back, you're at base and you're with profit. I like that part about it. And in fact, you can win 1, parlay it up, lose it, just stay where you are, right? You have more than 9 losses built into it, which is again, it's kind of cool. There's things about it that I think are really, really good. The biggest pro about the 31 is that your bankroll limit is 31. It takes 31 units to do this. If it goes bad for you, you're losing 31 units. Now that could suck. That could be $3,100, okay? But you know that going in. This isn't a martingale where you could be there forever, or a ladder where you could be there and burn your bankroll and not know when it's ever going to stop. This one, you have a bad day, you got a bad day, and you lose 31 units. You know what your limit is, which I like. The wins are also unlimited here, right? You can just keep doing it over and over and over again. Every time you get it done, you're back. And you keep racking up a unit. It basically wins a unit or 2 every single time, okay? The cons to this is only 8 or 9 levels, so you can't go very deep, and you've got to win a parlay to make it work. Or you got to win at least, not always a parlay, but you got to win twice in a row at some point to make it work. If you're all choppy, you're dead. Where the chop in the De Lambert that Wayland plays, the chop is your best move, right? When you win, lose, you're bringing back a unit every single time. Here, when you're in the chop, you burn your entire bankroll. So it's funny how when it's a choppy table, you would switch to the ladder. When it's not choppy and more streaky, you go here. And this one attacks that a little bit cleaner. So let's go and show you what it looks like. Here's the progression, okay? Again, you lose, you bet the next amount. When you win, you parlay it. If you win the parlay, you start over. The progression is 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 4, 4, 8, 8. That adds up to 31 total units, okay? Every level, you have multiple shots at it. You have 3 times at level 1, a level 1 unit bet. Twice at level 2, twice at level 4, twice at level 8. When you win at level 1, you win more than a unit. You'll see how much you win here. When you win at level 2 or beyond, you either break even or you scrape out a single unit win. And that's it. Let's go play it out. Let's go to my table and play out the 31. Give me a second here. I'm going to do it. I forgot to do this again. So I'm going to cut this out here. And I'm going to drag that up onto the screen here. Give me a second here to drag this up. I think there it is. You can see it good. I'm going to put that over here so you can see the progression. There it is on screen. And let's play it out. I'm going to do, again, I'll do it in the field because the field is easy. It's quick resolutions. And we'll set it up in our rack. I'm going to take the rack that has the $1 million challenge in it away. And in this rack, we're going to put 31 units, okay? and I'll set them up just according to the plan. I'll do it in white chips because white chips I think will show well. Let's get 31 units out here. 5, 10, there's 15, 20, 25, a few more here. There's 31 units, okay? In my rack, we can set them up. 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 4, 4. There's 8. I got to do it sideways to make it work. And there's 8. So 8 and 8. All right. 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 4, 4, 8, 8. That's going to be our progression. It's very simple to set up in your rack. If you have lammers especially, super easy to do. I'm going to lay them out here so you can see them all though, okay? I'll put my wins over here so you can see the, or put them, maybe I'll put it here, I guess, and I'll put the wins next to it, next to Chiro's chip, so you can see how many units we win. Let's do it. Let's turn the puck off. We don't care about the puck. Let's just put 1 unit in the field and you watch this thing go. And as it happens, you'll see, as I'll talk through kind of the win rates as they come. And what I'll do all the time is I'll replace money in the rack as I can. There's a hard 10, okay? So it wins 1 unit, okay? At the base level, you don't got a parlay. You're already there. That's a unit in profit. Boom. In the profit stack it goes. If I do this, I can go home, okay? If these are $500 chips, right? I just won my daily paycheck and I can get the hell out of here. Okay, if you're going to look for daily paycheck play, and you got a, unlimited bankroll, 31 times 5 is, I don't know, what is that? It's $15,000, something like that. To win a nickel, you're out. Let's do it again. We'll keep doing it. There's a 6, so here we're going to lose 1. Now we're back into our actual bankroll again. 7. 4, 3, 7, we lose. Out at 1. Now we're digging in. Now we're at a secondary level in here. There's a 5. Lose that one. We're still at level 1, but we're at bet 3 of level 1. There's an 8. Oh boy, we're catching that bad run, aren't we? Can I win 2 in a row before I lose 9 levels? That's the question. There's the ace deuce. So we got 1. Okay, so we win here, okay, at level 2. Now, if we happen to win again, I'm going to leave it out here side by side so you can see. If we happen to win here again, I'm going to show you what could happen. You'd win 4 units, okay? If you win the 4, what happens in your rack? There goes 2, there goes 2, there goes 1, there goes 1, and I have 3 units in profit, right? If you can pull that parlay off right now. If we don't pull the parlay off, and again, this is our parlayed 4-unit win. If we pull that off, we're going to be up, which is awesome. If we don't pull it off, we're on the next one and trying it again. You got to get 2 in a row somewhere along the way. And there it is. There's a 6. There's the 4. That's a 10. Wins 4 units. Rebuild the rack. There's 2. 1, 1, 1. 3 units now in profit. Okay, it's not always a 1-unit profit play. If you get to the second one, it becomes a 1-unit play. And again, if you're playing for a paycheck, if these are black chips in here, $3,100, you're up $300. If you're playing at green chips, you're up $75. I use the whites when I'm doing single units like this because it's just an easier demonstration. Here we go. Back to starting point. We can work out of the profit stack and not touch our regular rack for a little bit. Okay, and here we can just keep same betting until we get to our rack. We can just go 1, 1, 1, 1, 1 until we get into our rack. And we catch a little run of goodness here, which we're not. These can just be their own little steam. Or you could have gone home. 4 hard. Cool. Same bet. No need to parlay up when you're in profit. All these things, right? All these progressions that we do on the negative side, you're same betting while you're up. Now, if you wanted to be aggressive and start parlaying or whatever afterwards, totally cool. For example, let's assume these were green chips, not white chips, okay? And I won 25 bucks, I could easily go here and bring back 20, right? A little up and pull with smaller units as you go. I like to attack a negative progression with a positive as I'm going. So if I'm winning, streaking down here at base level, I love an up and pull. I love a small unit up and pull from 25 to 30, 30 to 35, 35 to 40 as you're going in here. That's a great way to attack a good streak instead of just same betting. You'll see next week that the little up and pull, one of the most powerful ways to play the game. Here we go. That's going to be our 6-5-yo payment. Let's go. 415. We're going to bounce around a little bit down here from profit. Take this away. Put one in. I'd like to get us deep and see if we can't get to like level 4 or 5 or something. Just to have some fun. Because negative progressions always end up kicking your ass at some point. You got to see it happen though. There's 3 in a row. If you're keeping score at home, we just lost 3 in a row. It'd be fun to go on a bad streak and lose like 6, 7 in a row just to show you that it can happen. There's a 9. So here we are, base level, right? No need to parlay because we're in profit. 8. Okay, we're going to lose. We get choppy, we're going to get beat. That's the problem here. You get choppy, you're going to have a hard time. 314. So again, bankroll is set. There's a 6. Take you away. It's kind of like yesterday, right? Where I was trying to make it lose and I couldn't make it lose early, but it lost late. There's the 1 unit. Same bet. And again, I would be probably on the second one. If I catch 2 in a row like we just did, this would be the one where I start pressing a little bit, right? Unit and profit. Now we're actually 2 units up. If you look at the total thing, there's a 10. Little good streak for us. Now we're 3 units, 1, 2, 3 units in profit. There's the 5. We're going to lose it. We're trying to get if I can get the 5, it'd be nice, right? We've been as high as 3 units, but never up to 5. There's a 7. You can go away. A 9. And we're just going to bounce around down here, it looks like. Bam. And again, we're 2 units up. 4. Good. Yeah, the field wins about 44% of the time, but you can win 10 in a row and lose 11 in a row, and you're at 44%, right? It's streaky. Very, very, very streaky. There's another 9. Now we're 4 units up. And there's a 6. We cannot get that freaking paycheck, can we? We cannot get to 5. All right, that goes away. Haven't seen a 2 or a 12 yet either, right? We haven't seen the bonus yet. 5, 3, 8. Three, 2, 1. All right, there's that. Bam. Profit is 3. 7. I really am kind of rooting for a bad run. I want to get into the 4s and the 8s. 10. Hard 4, hard 10, back to back. How would you like to see that? There's 4. Come on, baby. Let's get it right here. Paycheck. Come on. We did it. We did it. Look at that. We got a 1 and a 2. It's our first paycheck. All right. We did it. That's Monday. There's Monday. 5 units. Boom. Tuesday. Actually, I'll put a nickel out here. I need the whites in my rack. There's one paycheck. We made it. I put it right there and you can see it. There it is. Okay. We have a 4. There's a midnight. Oh, actually, this goes in here. That's a midnight that wins 3. Okay, so look at our rack. Our rack's good. We have 1, 2, 3 units in profit, 4 units in profit. Let's go. Let's go. Give me another field. 6. Bummer. You can imagine doing this on the lines, right? The lines would be a good place to run this, or a single number could be run this way, just the 5 or just the 10 or whatever would be. That's an 8, so that loses. There's a 7, so that also loses. We're still 1 unit in profit. We just burned our 12 wins though, right? A 6, that's 4 in a row. 7, that's 5 in a row. Now we're in the spot where you got to parlay your wins. Now we're into the negatives. We're going to need to get something to pop and parlay it to get ourselves back. Okay. Another, that's 8. Is that 8 in a row? Or 7 in a row? I think it's 7 or 8 in a row. A 5, that's 9, 8 or 9. I forget the number. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in a row. 8 losses in a row in the field. The field can be a biatch at some point, right? There's a 9. Okay, we got a 6, 3, 9. Finally caught one. Okay, now you gotta let it ride. You gotta let it ride. You gotta get 2 in a row at some point in the progression to make up for it. There's a 7. We don't get it. Parlay attempt fails. Here we go. This might be the one where we have to fight a little bit. This is good. Level 2. 10, 6, 4, 10. Okay. Now, parlay it up. We're at our second level 2. So I want you to watch what happens here. This is not, if we catch a field win here, it's not going to be fantastic. It'll be okay, but not great. We got a 4. So we hit our parlay. That pays you 4 units. Let's rebuild the rack. 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, and 1 unit in profit. So all the way up to here, that parlay wins you 1 unit. Remember the first time we hit the parlay on the first level 2 bet, we won 3 units in profit. So the second time, if you're at level 1 of a new stack size, it's a good profit level. If you're at level 2, you basically recover your loss and 1 unit. So that's kind of what happened. We got deep. 1 unit up. Let's go. Let's make that damn paycheck. Let's make it. 9. We went 9 in a row of losses, and now we've got, I think, 3 in a row of wins, which is cool. And again, that's just a profit play right there. There's a 6. We'll lose. There's an 8, which loses. Now we're back into the bankroll. Again, first level of the bankroll, so no need to parlay a win here. We just stack it up or rack it up. There's a 3, 1, 2, 3. Bankroll is set. That's a profit unit. There's a 5. That's a loss. There's an 8. That's going to be a loss. Okay, that's 2 in a row. Maybe 3. I don't know. I wasn't really keeping track. 7. Boy, oh boy, the field is a streaky bear, man. Woo! 5. Okay, we're going to be at the 2s again. I didn't keep track of how many losses. That's a lot of losses in a row. That's like 4 or 5 in a row at least, right? Aces. Okay, that's a great deal. That's a bonus win. So you don't have to parlay here, right? Because you get the bonus win. So you can go 2, 1, 1, 1, and a unit in profit, right? You don't have to parlay that win. You could have followed the pattern, right? And taken that 2 with the 2 units, bank that up and parlay this, right? If you think that you want to be aggressive with it and do that and grab it, otherwise you're a unit in profit, okay? We could say we're a unit in profit, or we can be degens and parlay it anyway, rack the bonus, parlay the rest, and play the pattern as it was designed. And we catch a 10. We got lucky on that, okay, by making that move. There's 4 for the 10. That gives you 1, 1, 1, and your paycheck. There's 5 units in profit. So a little bit of aggression, and I say aggression, it's following the pattern. It was take a field win, parlay the win. It happened to be a bonus win, so I stacked the bonus in the rack and still ran the parlay like I should have. I just followed the pattern, but I took the bonus win back to the rack. That bonus win let me, when the double win came, lock in a paycheck. And we had to get to here that time to get our paycheck, but that's Tuesday in the books. So did a good job there. What time is it? Was it 9 o'clock? It is 8:55. So We have enough time for maybe a couple more rolls here, then I'll wrap things up for us. Let's go back and this is Wednesday. This is Wednesday. As Ken says, we're not eating dog food yet, right? So far, we got steak 2 days in a row. There we go. Rack is good. Rack is good. There's a 9. Profit. 2 units in profit. Love it. There is a 6. Okay, we're going to lose that one. There it goes from the profit stack. Easy come, easy go. 8. Okay. Let's get deep. I want to get deep one time before we leave. There's a 7. There's a 4. Not going to do it there. So we are into it. Got to stack it. Can I catch 2 in a row? I can. We got 2 in a row, which is great. Win the parlay. 1, 2, 2 units in profit. 8. It's a loss. 8 again. Another loss. 6. Another loss. Out of the rack. 8. Wow, look at the 6s and 8s just clustered up right now. Boom, another loss. Okay, our last 1 unit play is out there. That's a 4 hard. Okay, so we got that. Stack it up. Stack it up, rack it up. No, it's a 7. We lose our parlay attempt. So here's one where we lose it. Win 1, lose 1. Like it never even happened. We're up into here now. Now we're into our 2s. Our 2 stack. It's a 7. Ooh. Let's lose 31 units before we get out. I want to lose it all once before we get out today. Ah, there's a 10. Now I'm rooting against myself, right? Because it's fun. There's a 10, 2-unit win. Stack it up. Win our parlay. Get out of here. Win the parlay. We did. We did. Perfect run so far, right? There's 4 units on the win. 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, and our units back. So now we're back in profit. Again, the second we won on the second one at that level 2, which means it results in just a single unit down here. All right, let's go. Let's go. That's it. I'm out of time. I gotta get to the garage. So let's go here and talk about it. I'd like to keep playing and get going there, but here we go. Let's see. Why can't you leave profit alone and make the original? I'm not sure what you're asking me, Ken. Let me go back to the other screen and you can clarify for me. Where am I at? I am here. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Ken, I'll put your comment up, and I hopefully it'll be fast for you to see this and respond. But what do you mean by this? I'm gonna filter and put a PC in front for me, if you would. Why can't I leave profit alone and make my original do its job? I don't know what you mean by that, because I did what I didn't stray from the original at all. I used the profit. You're saying because I'm pulling from the profit stack to make the bets? Is that what you're saying? And it's like leave the original where it is and keep restacking it that way? Is that what you're getting at? I don't understand. I'll wait for you to respond. Meanwhile, I will answer other questions, and when you get back to me, we can have a talk. These chats are hard to have a conversation with. But yeah, what I'm trying to do there is show you the rack being right and the profit section over here and playing from the profit area to leave the rack looking right. I think that's what I'm trying to do for a visual. I think, anyway, I'll let you come back. Other questions. Royce says, can anybody get a raffle ticket? Anybody can buy a raffle ticket. You don't got to be there to win the raffle. Anybody on the planet can buy a raffle ticket. If you win the thing, we will mail it to you. So none of the prizes will be, actually some of the prizes will be there in person. Most of the prizes will be here at my house, and I'll mail them out to the winners. So yeah, you'll always be able to get, anybody can buy a raffle ticket. Let's see, if I just racked my wins and didn't play with them, it'd be interesting to see how much it could make until it's the wall, for sure, right? And it's 6 one, half dozen of the other, right? If I got my rack full and 3 units in profit, I'm playing out of the profit stack, I'm never touching my original bankroll. For a visual, that shows you haven't gotten into your system yet, right? playing from the profit stack is why I did that, just to give you the visual on where you were profit-wise. If I just played from the original and then just kept feeding the profit stack as we went, it would have been more confusing, I think, to see where we were money-wise. This way, we could always tell where we were money. Yeah, you're saying the same to keep running the rack. Let me go back real quick, and I can give you a quick little example of what I'm saying by that. You can run the rack however you want to, but to me, let's say that we have this as our profit. Let's just do it real quick. Right here, we got an 8 and we lose. I'm going to simulate a win here in a minute. 9. So 9 wins. Stack it up. A 9 wins. And we stack it up. So the rack is right. 3 units in profit. Back out of the rack. Leave the profit sitting here. Come back out of the rack and play the thing. How awesome is that, right? Freaking midnight. Boom. And there's your profit. You can totally do this out of the rack the whole time. I think for me, my lizard brain needs to see the rack full and my profit separate all the time. So I'm always trying to refeed my rack and keep the rack, to me, where it started and keep the profit separate. And if I don't got to dig into here ever, I know that I'm playing with either profit or whatever. And to me, for me, it makes more sense in my head. And that's why I demonstrated it that way. But I totally hear what you two are saying about playing it from the rack and seeing how the profits line up. There's a quick 6-unit win. Hey, Wednesday, right? There it is. Another quick paycheck right there. So yeah, thanks for the clarifying question there. And I hope that answered it. Why? I'd like to see my rack always have starting bankroll in it whenever I get a chance to. Keep it that way because it helps me to just visualize where I am. If I have a profit stack over here, but I'm 4 levels deep in the rack, I have to do math and see where I live. So for me, it makes it easy. The alarm's off, yeah. All right. That's all the questions I see from anybody. Any other things to talk about? Qs? How many tickets are sold? We will know. PC, will we know how many tickets are sold as it? Yes. You're talking about for the auction, Dan? Is that? I think you're talking about the auction. I think so. I think so. I don't know how the software works. I haven't done one yet. So what I've done is I've set it up. I'll show you how I did it. Let me show you what I did. Give me a second here. It'll take me a minute to get the thing over there, but I think you got to see this. If I go to Craps for the Cure, and we go to the auction. And by the way, you can donate whenever you want to. The donation tab is always open. You can just drop money in if you feel like. We had nothing raised yet. Somebody make a donation so we have some money in here. But the auction also looks like this. And what I did is I set it up. Let's just take my bobblehead, okay? See what it says here? There's a $150 value on the thing, which is actually what it cost me to make the stupid bobblehead, right? You can buy a purchase now. The button's turned off, but you can buy a raffle ticket for this thing for $10. So $10 gets you into this one thing. I have 100. I'm allowing 100 people to bet or to bid $10 on it. Okay. So I think it's going to say 99 remaining, 89 remaining, 62 remaining. So that way you'll know you bought one and there's 62 remaining. That means that there are 38 people that bought chances at this thing as well. So you'll be able to tell 2 things from that. One is going to be, what is your chance of winning the raffle for this particular item? The second thing you'll know is how much money the item raised, because you can say, well, if 38 people made $10, we made $380 on the bobblehead, right? That's kind of we can always know what an item has brought in to the auction and what your chances are. So I think that, Dan, hopefully that answers your question. You will know how many tickets are sold per thing by checking the remaining items. This number should decrease as people buy tickets for them. And there's my stupid bobblehead. All right. And that's, I think, all I got to say about that. Any other questions from y'all? Anything else that you all want to know? Can I use Venom? Can I use, what are you talking about? Can I use Venom? I'm not sure what that means. Is that a auction software you're talking about? I'm not sure what that is. All right, I think that's it, guys. It's Friday. It is 9:05, my time Friday. I'm going to get out and get to the garage, and we're going to go ahead and play some Red Cross here in a minute. So Wish me luck out there. Ken says, I want to test the 31, play the rack. Yeah, I think you're right. Again, I need to see it. I need to see where I am. And that just, again, I'm so ingrained in the way that I work my rack that to me, it's like bankroll neutral, and then I make a decision. That's kind of where my brain goes. The 31 can be managed the other way as well. So I won't fight you on that at all, because I think you're right about it. Just, again, how my brain calculates that stuff. So, all right, PC, my buttons make it look like to buy the item. I know, they don't, Dan, unfortunately, I can't change the wording of the buttons. It says buy now. I put a disclaimer up there that buy now means you're buying a raffle ticket for it. It's going to be confusing. I got to explain it a million times during the show because it's not very obvious. The software that we use, it's a website service. They don't give me the ability to change the words on the buttons, unfortunately. So that's, it is what it is. I have to do the raffle. I have to do it this way. Unfortunately, there's no other way to word it. I'm going to have to put wording up here on every single page to make that clear. Like this up here, I got to change that wording on all the pages so that you can see it. So I will make it so there's a disclaimer here that explains what the buttons are. It kind of sucks. Venmo for raffle tickets. Yeah. The thing is, this company, it's called Snowball Fundraising. They are hooked into the charity. So as you donate here, the money goes right to vets moving forward, not to me. If we go Venmo, right, then we have to know it's got to come to me so I can check the Venmo account, and it's a whole process then of manually figuring out who put bids in. This, at least it's all part of the same system. So it's a limitation that we have, unfortunately. And there it is. I think I can't do much more. John can't figure out Venmo. The thing with Venmo, like I said, the Venmo thing is that it would go to me, to my Venmo account. And if it went to the vet's Venmo account, then I couldn't see who Venmoed. And there's no way to tie the two together. So I think that's it. I'm reading some of the other comments here. We can do this on a box number too. The thing is, demonstrating it is hard because it takes forever. It might take me an hour to roll 5 5s, right? Or roll the 5s and the 7s to make it happen. The field in a demo is very fast. So I can demo the field with every roll and we can see the pattern emerge. All you want to see in a demo, like for the 31, is what the rack change is and what the profit levels are. Every roll of the dice is a win or loss in the field. That might take 10 rolls per number in the box to do the exact same thing. I would imagine a world where if you had unlimited money, you could do a 31 on every box number independently, right? And make them all go up and down different rates. If you had an actual abacus to track that, you could do it. But I want to when I do these demos here, I like to do it as a trial as fast as I can. So you can see as many results in a short amount of time, just to get the pattern of the progression down. Where you put the money is entirely up to you. Like, yeah, David doesn't like the field. Supplemental bet. It can be a primary bet. I just made 3 paychecks, right, in the field today, right? I made Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday paychecks. You can do it in the field. It's just volatile as all hell. I wouldn't recommend you do it in the field because of the amount of streak that you see. But again, for a simple demonstration, that's the reason why I chose it. There's always a method of my madness, guys. All right, I'm out of here. Yeah, credit or debit card into here. So you're going to go into, let me go back to here again. Credit or debit card into the system here. When you go to the donate page, you'll be able to grab this with your debit or credit card. That's how it's going to work. All right, let me go. I'm going to go make some new coffee. It's 9:08. I'm late already for the other thing. I got to refill the cup. Whoops. I got to refill the cup. I got to go up there and get ready for the last day of the Red Cross this week. And wish me luck. We'll see you soon. In the meantime, God bless y'all. I'll see you hopefully tonight on some side of the table for the Friday night fights. And then again, I'll see you Monday morning for this show. I don't know what time the paycheck will be. Maybe 7 o'clock. We'll see. In the meantime, take care of yourselves. God bless. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye, y'all. Hi, I'm John from the YouTube channels Pro Craps and Casino Gaming TV. This year's Craps for the Cure is going to be held November 11th and 12th in Las Vegas at Casino Quest. The whole thing will be streamed live on the Casino Quest YouTube channel. This year, obviously, we're raising money for veterans moving forward, which helps to raise service animals for veterans with PTSD. It costs $50,000 to raise one dog. That's our goal this year. Let's put one dog into one veteran's house as a group. Join us again for 20 hours over 2 days of straight up craps play, talk, competitions, dice throwing, strategy breakdowns, dealing practice, you name it. If it's got to do with craps, we're doing it for 20 straight hours to raise money for our vets. Looking forward to seeing you out there live at Casino Quest or on their YouTube channel. Again, if you want to donate, there's plenty of chances to donate at crapsforthecure.com. We have auction items, raffle items, event ticketing while you're there, and of course, live donations and pledges taken during the broadcast. Can't wait to see you there. Can't wait to hook up one vet with a dog. Let's get this done, everybody. See you on Veterans Day weekend. In the meantime, God bless.